Hey everyone, Shadow here and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Monster Hunting Guide video. In this one we will cover Tobi-Kadachi, the lightning fox type monster that loves to slam you with his tail. Tobi-Kadachi is part of the main storyline quests, so there is no chance for you to miss him. As with other monster videos, this one will showcase a full fight of me against him using gear which is craftable before you kill him. The footage may be paused or interrupted in a few spots to show important information such as where you can find him, shown on the in-game map combined with my awesome drawing skills, and what loot drops he can give you in both low and high rank. Location: Tobi-Kadachi is only found in the ancient forest, and he usually patrols and stays around in sector 14. His sleeping spot is also in this sector, so if you decide to go for a capture, you know where he will go when you weaken him. He occasionally can be found in sector 10 and sector 5. His patrol route goes mainly between sector 14, 10 and 5, and he walks by sector 11 to all of the other ones. Strength and weaknesses: Tobi-Kadachi is a fanged wyvern, and happily for you, this one is one of the biggest wyvern types in the game with plenty of other members, should you find this one hard to hunt for your quests. He is very friendly and will not attack or be aggressive towards you. He will however attack if you strike him first or he spots you fighting another large monster in the area. Let me point out that the small monsters will not force him in combat mode. Tobi-Kadachi deals thunder damage with some of his attacks and can cause you to fall under the Thunder Blight debuff effect if you're not careful. Thunder Blight is usually applied to you if you're hit multiple times with a thunder attack. Depending on your gear and skills, it can take from 2 to 4 or 5 attacks to apply it. When you first get hit by the attack, you will see a thunder debuff icon appear on your status bar. When that happens, you have a couple of options to get rid of the debuff before you get hit again and you get stunned. The first one is to eat a nullberry, which works the same way for Thunder Blight as it does for Water Blight. The second one is to roll 7 times. This is the option that is always available to you, since sometimes you might forget to bring nullberries or have run out of them mid-fight. The final way is to actually get hit by a thunder attack so you can get stunned and wait for it to finish. If you have armor that reduces stun duration and further damage, it is a viable option. Also, in some situations when you get stunned and you're solo, your Palico will come to your rescue and hit you to the ground, forcing you out of the stun. This leaves you vulnerable to attacks from the monster, but the time you spend on the ground compared to the stun is a lot less. If it is raining while you fight him, you will be more susceptible to Thunder Blight debuff, so be careful. As you have already guessed, he's very resilient to thunder damage, so there is no point to use such weapons against him. He's very weak to water, which means your Gyarados weapons will come in handy here. His second best weakness is fire and ice. If you're facing him in high rank, then Anjanat, Rathalos, Legiana and Gyarados weapons will come in handy against him. From the ailments, he's very weak to poison, so Puke weapons are also a good option to fight against him in low rank, since if you do poison him, you'll damage him while he moves around and jumps, which he does a lot during the fights. In high rank, you also have the option of using a Ratian weapon, which deals also a tons of poison damage. He has equal weakness against the other ailments with 2 stars, but poison is at 3, so stick with it. His weak spots are his head and tail. The tail is weaker than the head and will take the most amount of damage, followed by the head. You can break his head, spine, tail and his legs. When weakened, he will limp with his front leg. Preparations: armor wise, you will definitely have a benefit of using armor which has high thunder resistance and skills which give you more resistance to thunder and to Thunder Blight. Skills which reduce stun are also very useful for this fight, so you can pick up equipment with those. The bone set is a very good pick if you're wondering what to get. It is relatively cheap to craft and upgrade, and it gives you a good amount of thunder defense. In the canteen, get as much elemental resistance as you can, since that is where the most amount of damage towards you will come. This means that you will eat a lot of veggies to be strong and sturdy. Definitely in this fight, I would prioritize elemental resistance over both attack and physical resistance. The weapon choice, as always, is up to you. I have killed Tobi-Kadachi in identical times with a bow, charged blade and a switch axe. The bow was easier to maneuver with and evade compared to the others, but with the charged blade I had a very easy time dealing with his attacks, since I could always block them with the charged shield if I didn't have time to evade. The best weapon to use against him is one from either Gyarados or from Puki in low rank, since one has water damage and the other one has a poison ailment, and Tobi-Kadachi is very weak to both of them. In high rank, you can simply use any water weapon or poisoned ailment weapon that you prefer. Good alternatives are also fire and ice weapons if you happen to have upgraded those more. Regarding the items that you should prepare, no berries are a must for the Thunder Blight debuff. Thunder Blight is a lot more unforgiving compared to Water Blight, so I do not advise you guys to risk leaving the debuff on, unless you know your way around the game and have a lot of experience. Water Moss is something that you should also pick up before the fight, and you should throw it at Tobi-Kadachi each time he charges his skin on the trees. I will explain this further in the next section. Bring multiple traps and use them during the fight to deal with him faster. From Tobi-Kadachi onwards, I advise to always bring and use as many traps as possible, not only for capturing the monsters, but during the fight, since they can give you a good amount of time to deal tons of damage without worrying about taking any yourself. Do not forget to take your tranquil bombs, which are very precious if you want to capture the monster. On the screen, you'll currently see the wood drop tables for both capture and kill for both high and low rank hunts of Tobi-Kadachi. The fight. Tobi-Kadachi does not have a very big variety of attacks and abilities. They do, however, transition from one to another and switch all the time pretty fast, and you have very little time to react. He also enjoys using the trees around him to climb, jump between them and launch attacks towards you from there. Because of this, I advise you to have your locked on camera onto him at all times, so you can constantly see where he is. Without it, you might lose sight of him for a few seconds, and the next one you might be hit with a very big attack. While he's up on the tree, you can easily interrupt him and get him down on the ground, disabling him for a few seconds, during which you can deal damage. You can do this with any ranged weapon and with most consumables for your slinger. For all of his abilities, I advise you to evade by rolling left or right rather than backwards or towards him, since they tend to deal damage in a long straight line direction. If you fight him solo, look for chances where he's distracted and attacking your palico. During that time, regenerate any HP, or if you're full, deal your damage and use any special attacks. His bite attack alternates between a single one and a dual one. His jump glide tail slam can also be either a normal tail slam or can be a slam followed by a spinning animation, so the best course of action for it is to simply move away from the landing location. While he moves around on the trees and the environment, Tobi-Kadachi will brush his fur and build up electrical charge. The more he does this, the more damage he will deal with his attacks, and the faster he will be able to apply Thunder Blight to you. To deal with this, use your Water Moss and hit him to dispel his build-up static. You can do it every time he builds it up, or like me, each 30 seconds or so. Try and bait him out of his starting lair, which has loads of trees, to another location to fight him. This will considerably ease your fight against him. Any location which has few trees is a good choice to move him to, since then he does not jump around that much and he will build up electricity slower. This is everything regarding my advice on how to deal with him. Thank you for watching. If you found the video useful or liked it, then press the thumbs up button. If you did not, then press the thumbs down. Drop me a comment if you want to give any feedback, advice or suggestions for both the game and the videos. If you want to see more similar content, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. Shadow Strider out!